Got my cats, Carrie, Chrissy. Got my mama and daddy too. Got my brothers, Dylan and Ethan. My grandma, my cousins too. It's the family channel all day. We're gonna have some fun today. It's the family channel.
I was just in the middle of opening this annoying thing. I'm a redneck. I use vice grips to open it. That's a TAM, a total American move. Dang, the vice grips can't get a good grip on it. Son of a gun.
Son of a gun.
Okay, this is just not gonna open. It's just stuck forever. I think the paint hardened around it on the inside. Hobie's usually really careful with it, but he might have screwed up. Now. Great, now I can't paint the engine right. Okay, I just can't get a good grip on it. That's how that works. Okay, I get it. Nope. Dang it. That's just not coming off. Dang it, now I don't have any glue to paint it with. Do you have a lighter? Let me see it. I'm not gonna burn the house down. I'm not Dylan. Flippin' lightning bug.
The firebug.
This is a more redneck way to do it. And kids, don't try this at home. You might burn your hand or something.
Yeah, really.
And do not burn paint. That is extremely harmful to the atmosphere, to the biometric pressures. Now that it's heated up, it should come off easier. Hopefully. If not, it's really going to make me mad. Yeah, there it goes. There, it opened.
You alright, Ethan?
Ow, 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 the lid is hot.
The lid's gonna be hot, Goofy.
See, what I tell you, don't try it at home.
Yes, please don't.
God dang, that hurt.
You should have known it was gonna be hot, silly head.
Okay. Now, it's good to have tweezers and a good brush. When the brush sticks together like this, it's good. Now, before you use it, you want to wet the brush and then wipe it with a paper towel to get all the paint that you used on the brush to paint the model before. So that you just get it all off, so you make sure you're not mixing two different paints together. Because that will suck. Flipping. One dude on YouTube tried it. He forgot to do that. And he painted the car neon instead of white.
Oops.
So, yeah. Now, when you're messing with an engine, you really need to be careful. So you need to find something like one of those clothespins, not like a clothespin that can go on your nose, just like that. Dang it, messing up. A clothespin that, one of those big ones that you get at school sometimes, find in the hallway. One of the ones that you have to pinch it with for dear life to just to get it on.
Yeah.
Just put it right here, and then the engine should stand up if you do it right.
That's a good idea.
And when the engine stands up, you can just dip the brush. Now, it's a good thing to actually have it on the paper towel, so when you do this, it doesn't spill on the table.
I think Hobie should watch that part.
Yeah.
Love you, Hobie.
Now, when you put the brush on the model, you want it to be gentle. You see that drop of paint that's coming off the brush? You don't want that to touch, so put it on the other side. So the layer of paint that you have is even and not uneven. Now this will take time to dry, so you should really only be painting one thing at a time. And once you get it painted, set it on a paper towel. Now, not everything on the engine is painted blue. Some of it you have to paint chrome, which is extremely annoying, because chrome is extremely hard to paint with because it dries quickly. But if you have a chrome pen, then you're good. Dad's a lucky person. Lucky son of a gun. Now, I don't think he'll mind if I use a chrome pen, but I don't know where it is.
I don't know either.
Now, usually the things on the engine that are chrome are the thing like engine heads. In real life, they're chrome. Most of them. I don't know what your car is, so yeah. But you have to touch the brush on the model that you're painting very lightly so the paint is even. Now what I like to do is watch the brush so only the tip of the brush gets in the paint, so you can be more accurate with painting it. Now, some people like to put more than one layer of paint on it because of the fact that, dang it, don't do that. Now, if you see a part of the paint, now, once you get done painting, you need to do this. You can move the camera, Chrissy. You need to put it near a light and watch it. So you can just, I can hold the camera. Whoa, don't drop it.
Yeah, please don't.
That would suck.
Yes, it would.
Now, when you go outside, what you're looking for is this. See how it's nice and neat? And it all looks the same all the way around. That's what you want. Every time you gotta look outside. See that spot? The spot right around there. That blue is different from the blue there, so you need to put another coat of paint on that blue. Very lightly. go outside and look at it if you're in the sunlight. But a flashlight will work too. Now if you look at it in the sunlight, you can tell where you need to repaint, where you need to put a light coat of paint on. Now paint thinner is dangerous. It's an acid. Just because it has the A word in it doesn't mean it's a cuss word, alright? I know what some of you kids are probably thinking, so don't be afraid to say it. Because I know when I was little, I was afraid to say it because I didn't want to get my butt beat by an old man. By an old man that's probably in his room. Never mind, I didn't have to even use the vice grip for this one. Probably because it's new. Now what you want to do is you want to dip this in the paint thinner. When you get done, just set it in the paint thinner for about a couple seconds and then grab a paper towel. And when you grab a paper towel, you want to take this out, put this on the paper towel first so it doesn't get everywhere. You do not want this stuff to touch your skin. So what you want to do is you want to fold the paper towel to where it's really thick, like this, and only your thumb is exposed to grip it better. And you do this. You do this like that, and see the blue paint is coming off the brush. Now, you want to dip it back in and take it out for a little bit. Then to be extra sure, you want to take it to the sink and wet the tip of the brush and then do it like that. I can set it on the sink a little. And I'm not going to drop it in the sink, don't worry. Because I will die. Okay. Not literally, that's not the human body's anatomy. So just wet the tip of the brush and then, like the paint thinner, you can do this. And see how the blue's still on there? You want to get all that out. Now I think what I'm going to have to do is thin the paint a lot more and just get it all out. And then once you're done getting the paint out of the brush, you can choose another color. Now I gotta dip this back in the blue because I'm not done painting the engine. The engine, not the engine. I'm just dumb. Oh yeah, any model company sponsor me because I really like models. And if you also make tools, Dad will probably be interested because yeah, he needs car tools for the duster.
Yeah.
That's his project.
That's his baby.
In other words, look but don't touch, or you get shot with an airsoft gun. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to avoid using colors like gold. I brought this for an example because now I wish I would have known this sooner for the Impala, but you know, I'm dumb so I didn't look it up. Now what you want to do is you want to look all around the car, and before you paint the body, you want to trim. You want to take this part right here and trim it ever so slightly so it fits on this better. And also, when you're done, when you don't have the brush in the paint, you need to put the lid on. You don't have to put it on tight so you don't have to use the vice grips to get it back off. But you need to put the lid on ever so gently so that it doesn't spill. So if you Dang, now why isn't this son of a gun going on? Maybe the heat worked a little too well. There. See? No spill. So if you do this, oh, I wonder how this works. Ah, no. I got it all over the table. Mom's gonna kill me. But yeah, that will save you from doing that. Now, black is a good color. Now, what you want to do is, see, this, the front of it isn't painted black, but it needs to be. Because if this son of a gun will go on, this is really making me mad right now. There it went. And it's still not even there though. There. Now I really like this car because I really like to build the old cars. They do make models for the newer cars. I just don't want to build them because I like the older cars. They look more classic and stuff. So yeah, they look classic-y. That's not a word, but okay.
Ethan's gonna make it a word.
Now, hand me the box. The hood should be in there. This is a Ford Victoria, 53 Ford Victoria. Now, what you want to do if you want to build the model quickly is you want to do this. You want to look at the instructions. Now, when you have step 1, you might need to turn on the flashlight. If you have step 1 is right here. Now do step 1 and paint the engine, and then after that you need to let the paint sit for a day, and then if it's not dry in the morning, wait another day, and until it is dry, and when it's dry, do the next step. Now you can only do this if you have a lot of, and I mean a lot of time on your hands. So yeah, but you do each step per day, so you can get the model built in like a couple weeks. Now, but first, before you mess with the parts, you need to make sure the paint is dry, so you don't get it on your fingers, so you don't turn into a Smurf. I've watched the new Smurf movie. It was alright. But yeah. Okay, now that I'm a little bit done, you need to make sure that the paint isn't everywhere. Now this part at the back of the engine, I forgot what it's called, but you need to paint this chrome, because this needs to be painted chrome. And this right here, this part is also part of it. It splits off about right here. Where the engine heads end needs to be painted chrome like that, because this hooks the drive shaft to the engine. So this needs to be painted chrome. I'm pretty sure, because that's how it is on the Impala, because Hobie painted the engine. So yeah. Now, a fun fact is each tray in the thing is numbered. like this. So 1 is, see this? The 6 that is circled, that's the number that the tray is on. So you need to look for tray number 6, since 6, that's a 9. I can't see it good because it's upside down. So you need to look for tray 9. And then this is 93. Actually, 36. This is 36, so it's part 36. So what we gotta do is this. We gotta, well, don't set that in the paint. That would be terrible. We've gotta, you can focus this in there. We've gotta look for tray 9. Now that right there, that's gonna tell you what number it is, if it was at the right side. This is part 57. Now, since this is part 57, this is not what we're looking for. We're looking for 39. Now, the tray is, I don't know, but 39 does not seem to be on here. And because of that, this is not, there's 35 but not 39. So that's not the right tray. And then that's 80, not what we need. And you can just look at the tabs right here on the other side and look at the numbers, and when you find 39, you can take the part off. Now you want to trim your parts. Now if you're a kid working on your model, and if you need to trim something, get your parent to do it so you don't cut yourself. Cause yeah. And when you hold a knife, hold it by the handle facing down, so if you do run with it like an idiot and you fall, you're not holding it like this so it doesn't do that. It does this and goes into the ground or something.
But so you shouldn't run with knives anyway.
Yeah, or scissors.
Yep.
Just because scissors are not knives does not mean it's safe to run with.
Exactly.
Here it is. Now this is how you do it. You gotta wiggle it like this. Like the song. But you gotta wiggle it like that. Now, this isn't broken off all the way, so you need to take the knife and do this. Cut it away from yourself. Like, don't do this and cut it towards Chrissy either. Just cut it to where no one is sitting, so when you do this, and if you lose control of the knife, it either does this and cuts the table or a pack of cigarettes. But if you do this and it loses control, it's going to hit Chrissy's hand. And that's not good. So cut it away from yourself and other people. So when you cut, you need to do this. Like that, cut it away from yourself. And if you need to do the other side, you can just twist it around. Now sometimes you don't need to trim anything because the part comes off really good. But if you glue and there's a bit of trimming on, the glue will come off easy. You'll break it easy because the trim, basically it gives the glue more surface area to cover and weakens the hold it has on the plastic because it has too big of a surface area. Because it's too, density and matter. Density over matter and stuff. Now, I was just showing you how to do it. Now, you don't have to trim every part. Only trim the parts that was touching these. You see these? The part that I took off was like this. So I had to trim these. I only trimmed these sides that was touching these things so I can get the plastic off. Now, I'm not going to do anything with that part. I was just showing you an example of how to get it off the tray and other stuff like that. So, yeah. Now, what I need to do is I need to, when I get the engine done painted, I need to let it sit. And it's important to read the box that the paint came in and see how long it takes to dry. Yep, the paint says keep out of reach of children. Okay, it should say on the bottle that the paint comes in. That's paint thinner, not paint. How long it takes to dry. Usually paint like this takes about a couple days to dry. Huh, I don't think it says it. Huh, weird. This thing's not hot anymore. The lid isn't to the blue, luckily. Now, what you want to do is, when you paint something, now where is that chrome pin? Now, if you're a kid working on a model, you need to have a parent or guardian with you when you work on it, because you're going to be having to mess with knives and stuff that are sharp, and paint. Don't eat paint. Don't do this. Don't. That is bad.
That's a big no-no.
Yeah, it'll upset your stomach and other stuff like that, and it could kill you. Because there are probably a bunch of dangerous chemicals in that.
Yeah.
Dang it, I grabbed a different... There was a brush with this set. Wish I would have known that sooner. Now, you need to use your paint thinner sparingly. Don't paint without paint thinner, or else if you mess up, it's not going to be good. Now, here is how you remove paint. I like to do it like this. I take a paper towel and, twist it up and fold it like this. Just... Now, paint thinner is an acid, so you do need to be extra careful not to get it on your skin. That will hurt like heck. That will be very, very bad. So when you get paper towels, you put your finger in it like this and dip it, and when it touches the paint thinner, you've got enough. And then all you need to do is wipe it on the paint that you want to remove, and it should come off. Now you might need to dip it a couple times. Now my finger is too close to the edge of the paper towel. I need to move it that way so it doesn't touch my finger. Now if you do get paint thinner on you, what you need to do is you need to tell your parents, and you also need to try to get it off of you with soap and water. So that, and I mean quickly, you should probably try soap and water. And if that doesn't work, tell your parents to get medical help, because it is an acid and it can eat your skin. And it's not good. And don't drink it. I know it looks like water to all you 5-year-olds, but it is not water. Trust me. That is not water.
Right.
Now, there's a less chance of a 5-year-old drinking paint because paint is blue and isn't water. They can just look at it and see that it's not water. But paint thinner is clear like water, so they might mistake it. So keep your paint thinner high away from to where the kid can't reach it. And keep all your models high, because a kid doesn't know any better, and he'll probably reach in and lose the trays with the parts on it and stuff like that. Then you're screwed. You can't work on it. Because you can't put parts together if you ain't got any parts to put together. Now, all I'm going to do now is work on the engine. I also have a model plane I could work on. I just don't want to right now. Now, here's how you test if the paint is dry. You grab the paper towel and just do this. Ever so slightly touch it. And if you see any paint, blue paint on here, then it's probably not dry. But if you do this, like this, if you touch it like this, after you do the paper towel thing, then it's probably dry, if the paint doesn't come off. Now, after you do it, if you see any of the paint uneven, you need to dip it back and ever so slightly fix it. Now, after you do that, it'll be better. Then, after that, after you confirmed, so I saw like a little bit of paint on my finger, so I'd say that this paint should be about another minute to dry. So this dries actually pretty quick. I did not expect that. Now, look, that right there is white. That needs to change. You need to paint that black, because when you open the hood, you can see past the engine, and that will be white to show that you didn't paint it to a professional. So if you live with a professional model builder and stuff, blah blah blah, perfectionist blah. So basically, you need to just keep it clean. Now, there is still a bit of marker on the body, so I think what I'm going to have to do is paint it. Paint over the marker. But I don't want to have to do that, so first I'm probably just going to try to wash it off with water. Now, I do want to know where the flippin' chrome pin is. Now, they do have chrome parts in the box, probably. Actually, most likely. But I didn't put any of that stuff on the engine, so, I mean, yeah. And plus, this part usually doesn't come in chrome. But if you want it chrome, you can put it chrome. If you don't, then you don't. Ow. Now, here's the window. The window you need to save for last, because, yeah. Now, when you get done painting the body, and when you get done painting this and the engine and everything else, and you put it all together, don't put the body together, because the windows won't be in. Okay, Dixie. Now, when you put the window in like that, you need to, as lightly as possible, touch the glue and put it around here. So when you put it around here, you put the window on there. Now you need just a little bit of glue. Put the window on there. Now wait 2 to 3 days, and then you can put the rest of the model together on the body. Now, if the model body doesn't fit on, you can trim the inside like this to where it'll fit better. But that's literally all you need to do for that. Now, if you want your model to, if you want the trunk of your model to open, don't cut it. You will screw your model up and lose all hope of fixing it too. Unless you're a professional and you know what you're doing, don't try it. Now this is a 53 Ford Victoria. Now, what the instructions say isn't always correct. So you need to follow it step by step, like step 1, step 2, in the exact order, or else you'll probably mess up. Now you can go ahead and paint the seats. The seats you can paint black or red. Now I have a thing I know what I want to do with the seats. This is the seat cover. I mean, not seat cover, but that's the floor. Alright. There. Now, you've got to be sure to follow the instructions when you paint the seats. Now, you don't want to glue the seats together when you paint them. You'll end up screwing it up. Now, like I said, when you do this, you need to trim it. So the glue doesn't have as much surface area to cover. So it'll grip the plastic easier and melt the plastic together easier. It's a chemical reaction, so don't eat the glue either. And if your 5-year-old eats the glue, get medical attention, because yeah. Hand me the knife. I need the knife. Now, like I said, just cut away from yourself. Hey, why are smart cars aerodynamic? Because they're very sharp. Only some car people will get that joke.
You have to wrap this up in a minute. It's almost 40-minute video.
Yeah, you can stop the video now and just make another one later.
Well, you need to end it.
Alright, well. I guess we'll have to end the video here. I showed you how to paint and stuff. Alright, you can end it.